What's going on, Six Gaming community? Yes, I'm your host as always, Shosan, and I'm damn happy to have you guys with us this week. This is episode 157 of the Six Gaming podcast, and might I say, you guys are looking great. So, I would be remiss though, if I didn't let my awesome and illustrious, albeit butting in co-host, say hello. So, Mr. Roncliffe.
We wouldn't be awesome and illustrious if we didn't cut in on you.
Very true. Very true. It wouldn't be the same, would it? Then up next, of course, is Mr. Pantherian.
Hi, I'm tired and my house is cold.
Tired and cold. Wow, yeah. You sound like a woman.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Shots fired already.
We haven't even been on for 1 minute and show's already being I expect this kind of shit from Veg, not you. Just want to point that out.
I had to.
Or Penta's gone. He just walked off.
I had to. If you are gonna softball it in there like that, you can't expect someone not to knock it out of the park.
He's gone.
He'll be back.
He's done.
Like a woman. 2 seconds later, change his mind.
Show. What are we gonna do with you?
I don't know. So, I can't believe he's gone. All right. Anyway, let's move on to my favorite part of the show, you guys. I've been waiting all night for this. You love it. I love it. It's news.
We missed the full enthusiastic news.
It's been a while.
We're glad you're better.
It's been a while. It has. All right. So let's start things off with some bad news. Let's just get this out of the way.
Yeah, this is awful. The night that Team Liquid actually won their match to avoid being fourth place, this was like hours after the match. Doublelift's brother ended up killing his mother and seriously injuring his father with intent to kill.
Which is insane.
This is just... what the hell?
Yeah. Now, do we have a motive? Have they come out yet?
I actually have not. I probably should look that up because this came out Saturday night / Sunday morning, and I don't know if they ever had a motive or not. But yeah.
Welcome back,
and it's kind of funny because if I say funny, it's kind of awkward because there's a video from like 4 years ago where Doublelift talks about his family and how much his family means to him and how close he is to his brother, and how he would like to make amends with his parents. I hope he's done that with his mom at least.
Definitely. He did also put out a tweet too. He had asked, for people to respect his privacy, said he will be off social media for a while while he sorts this out. So
do we know if he's going to play tomorrow?
I sincerely doubt it. But I haven't heard specifically.
Yeah. As of April 2nd, the motive is unknown. I do not see a newer news story than that.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate. My sympathies go out, definitely.
Yeah, he will be playing tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So Doublelift will be playing for Team Liquid at 80 carry tomorrow. And it's going to be a very interesting match because it's against 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves support is Aphromoo.
Yes.
So lots of emotional stuff going on there for Doublelift, both on and off the field. So we'll see.
But major kudos to the guy for trying to power through it. You know what I mean? He's trying to do the professional thing, and
when something big happens, my first reaction at the initial thing is you don't. It doesn't hit you right away. It's going to take some time for something like this to really sink in with him.
Oh,
it's probably going to be after this final. I would not be surprised if he doesn't go to Rift Rivals if he wins.
Yeah. And I mean, who would blame him? Sadly.
Yeah. I'm actually glancing over his tweet longer here. It's very, very short. And yeah, that's all he says. It's not really a long tweet, so pretty much what you said is all he says in this. So, but yeah, he will be trying to play tomorrow. It's 4 p.m. Eastern. This game, I'm gonna actually make a good attempt to try to watch this because not only is this, it's an emotional thing for Doublelift, it's also a pretty huge match for Team Liquid because they've never won a championship before.
Right, definitely.
We joke about them being fourth place a lot, but they have a real chance this season to.
And it would be cool to watch a guy at fourth come up. So.
And the whole rush hour against each other, that's a big thing too. But
right.
hopefully things work out, and whatever the motive is, I hope it's. I just really hope it's not going to really affect Doublelift too much in the future. So, as much as I like to hate Doublelift, he makes himself a pretty good heel when he does promos. No one deserves this.
No, absolutely not. So let's move on to some lighter news, actually. Much lighter news. In fact, a long lost Easter egg has recently been found on an Atari Jaguar cartridge.
It's not really long lost.
You just assumed it was because it was Atari.
But basically,
it has been a while.
Yeah, they put this in this is a company called Atari Age, and they released last year something called the Jeff Minter Classics, which includes this game called Grid Runner. And apparently they put an Easter egg on there almost in plain sight, and no one picked up on it until on Sunday. They say that they also had Grid Runner. That's the game that was on there. That was the whole reveal was us. You can play this game. I think you have to type something in or something.
You have to put modern day wizardry into the password screen.
But this was pretty much like Frog Fractions 2. It was out there for a while, and they just didn't reveal it until later.
Yeah. It's still that's pretty cool though that some of these things can be hidden like that. So, all right, moving on. Let's deal with some patent troll news, shall we? On a game that I have actually played and enjoyed, Clicker Heroes.
Clicker Heroes. I actually know a friend who is extremely into this game. He plays it on his desktop. He plays it on his phone. He knows almost everything about the game.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I was ever that big
He's
into
absolutely
it.
deep into it.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed playing it, but anyway.
Rude too. I don't think that real life is like Ready Player One. It'd be cool if it did, but it's not.
Right. So
tell me about this Clicker Heroes thing.
Yeah, so the video game studio behind Clicker Heroes says that it had recently refused patent troll demands and went public with them, and is now being threatened with fresh accusations of libel and new claims of patent infringement.
And this is typical troll patent troll behavior. They send them a patent troll trying to make easy money by saying, you're violating this patent, pay up or we'll pursue legal action. And the idea being that, oh, hey, you don't want to go through the whole lengthy process of going to court. You're just going to pay them, and that's fine. Well, they're taking a stand, and they're saying that their accusations are baseless. And because of that, they're now coming back. So in addition to suing you for this patent violation, we're now also going to call you out for libel. And it's like,
and what's crazy is they're trying to sue them for saying that they're using electronic tokens.
Yeah.
I've been in use forever.
I'm not sure, and I'd have to look and I have to ask, but I think there's at least a possibility that these are the schmucks that tried to sue Iron Realms for digital currency. Ron and I happen to know the gentleman who, as far as he knows and as far as anybody's been able to prove, he invented microtransactions in 1997. There were some other companies that very soon after released it independently in other companies, other places, whatever. But he's been involved in a number of lawsuits, either as a subject witness or expert witness or whatever it is, where basically someone's being sued for microtransactions and basically the people being sued are like, look, this prior art from 1997 proves that you can't even hold this patent because it already existed.
Right.
And the patent should never have been granted and should be voided.
Okay. I'm going to add to this here because this is something that came out within the last 12 hours. So the actual guy that runs the company, he goes by Fragsworth on Reddit. He posted this about the article about an hour ago, and it says here that Matt Mahaly, creator of IKEA and CEO of Iron Realms Entertainment, has agreed to assist developers like Playsaurus in invalidating the 838 and 189 patents if GTX Corp decides to pursue its infringement claim.
That's pretty funny. So as I was saying, Ron and I know Matt Mahaly, and he is involved in a lot of lawsuits like this.
Yep.
So
and he's a smart man too. So
yeah, he gets himself into things. Like he goes for a run down this particular hiking path or whatever in California, and there's this community who has these signs up that say private drive, do not park here.
Mm-hmm.
And he parked there because it's not a private drive, it's a public street.
Right.
And just putting up signs doesn't make it a private drive. So they like put a sticker on his car that say, this is a private property, you can't park here, and like left residue on his car. And he looked him up online, like these stickers are designed to leave shit on your car.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went to the media and he's like, what the hell? Like, what is this bullshit? And so the head of the HOA started getting death threats after this news story ran, which, no one wants death threats, but he called up Matt and he's like, hey, can you help us fix this? He's like, I don't know. Can you help us fix this? Maybe not. And it turns out that like the city sold the street to this community for like $1 some years ago. Like it was sketchy.
Is it that
shit.
street? Oh, I know about that.
Oh, you actually know about that? Yeah, that was Matt.
That was in the news. Like, that was fucking Matt. Oh my god.
Yeah, like a couple months ago or a month ago or whatever.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So like he gets involved in some shit. Like he does, like he's a really great guy and he doesn't let this kind of shit go. Like if someone fucks with him, he will fuck them right back, and he has no shame about it.
That's good though.
He's a great guy. So I hope that he gets involved. I'll ask him about this lawsuit. I'll tell him he talked about it on the podcast. But
yeah,
awesome. He will shut them down hard.
Good. Guys like this, they deserve it. Quit being a dick.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about some weird shit though, since we're on topic of weird things. How about food-based video games? Right? You guys are down with that. Everyone loves Burger Time.
Burger Time.
Burger Time.
You think it's Burger Time?
I don't know. Why not? I'm trying to do a segue here. Quit trying to ruin it for me.
I think it's something like, Diner Dash would be like
maybe a little bit closer. Well, KFC has tried to come out with video game related promotional stuff. And then, of course, Chipotle did a Space Invaders style video game. Well, now Domino's, everyone's favorite pizza chain, has decided to take their hand at video games and has come up with a pachinko style Rube Goldberg themed video game, which actually looks kind of interesting.
I wonder how many times Coles has played this.
Right. Well, apparently
there's two things that Coles is known for.
Getting hacked.
Well, three things that Coles is known for: getting hacked, the stuff that his namesake's known for, and pizza. Yeah, that's true. This guy loves pizza. So,
well, apparently Domino's has dropped their Piece of the Pie mobile game, which offers 6 physics-themed challenges that further build out this Rube Goldberg world in this ad. Players are now controlling gizmos like a pizza cutter mobile or just plain old meatball through a fairly challenging roller coaster and pinball-inspired obstacles. So,
question from Persilka.
Does it have the Noid in it?
Does it have the Noid in it?
That's a great question. I think Domino's dropped the Noid a long
time ago. I would not be surprised.
They should. Yeah, they need to bring the Noid back. Generations these days just don't do it.
They really took it too seriously when they said to avoid the Noid.
Well, that's true. Didn't the Noid had his own video game too on the NES?
He definitely did.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's in the ad.
Oh, he is?
He's in the ad for this. Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
I'll have to watch the ad here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
But it's just like a it's not an actual appearance. It's just kind of like a cameo. I'm trying to see it because I'm actually watching it now. I think it's the one that is that him? Yeah, he's like behind something that falls down during the rebuild segment. So yeah,
still, I mean that's kind of a cool little nod
in the commercial, but not quite. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's an Easter egg in there somehow.
That would be cool. That would be cool. All right, so now we're going to move on to what I am dubbing troll news. And we have stories. So, up first, we have yet more racism being announced in live streams.
If you are a professional gamer, don't fuck it up.
I think at this point we need to kind of like narrow this to if you're a professional Overwatch League player.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the only ones we hear about these days.
Lately, yeah. I
mean, I haven't heard any League guys. I haven't heard about any CSGO guys. It's just Overwatch players have been being stupid.
Well, this is Overwatch pro player Josh Equo Corona has been fined and suspended for a racist gesture, who, of course, as some of you guys might know, played on the Philadelphia Fusion. Mm-hmm. He has since apologized. However, the Philadelphia Fusion has suspended Josh Equo Corona for 3 games, issued a fine of $2,000, and revoked his streaming privileges until June 17th.
Which is honestly, that's probably the worst of all of them for him. I mean, I don't know how much he makes streaming, but I imagine it's quite a lot. I guess maybe he gets paid a lot per game or something too. But.
He's also I guess voluntarily decided to add a $3,000 donation to a No Place for Hate campaign.
Yes,
which is cool.
But does it make up for doing it in the first place?
And I mean, I won't specifically say, but he made a derogatory gesture toward Korean players, so I'm sure you can guess what he did.
Yeah.
The same thing that a bunch of Olympics people did when they were going to Beijing, because they're all stupid.
Now, he did go and he took a screenshot of a note that he had typed up, which was his apology letter. Which he had signed and then tweeted out. And he does say, quoting here, "Lastly, I know that I can't change what has already happened, but I take my actions very seriously. In addition to the punishments received from the league and my organization, I am making a personal donation of $3,000 to the Anti-Defamation League's No Place for Hate campaign. I know that a donation will never undo the hurt that I've caused, but this is the first step in making amends for what I have done. Mm-hmm. Sincerely, Josh Equo Corona." So,
hey, he's if the thing is if this becomes a pattern of behavior for him, then the Fusion's got a problem on their hands. But if this was a one-time thing where he decided, he thought something was funny, and it backfired, and it doesn't happen again, he's learned his lesson. One of the two things are going to happen. So.
Right. I mean, and that's just it. This guy isn't known for being a dick. You know, he's not known for doing
he's not extremely questionable contract. That, by the way, he's on the San Francisco team now.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He's on.
Okay. Shock. Well, there you go.
Shock.
So there's that.
Questionable decisions.
And then, I'm gonna have to have Ron talk about this one, but we have video game hackers.
Do you guys remember this game?
No.
Dropkick told us about it.
Yeah, he told us about this game, and a few of us went and played it.
Yeah, I did. Now you can't. Remember it.
Yeah, this game is called Mirai, and basically it was like a very simplistic 3D, not a shooter, but I mean, you walk around, you do some quests, and then you go to this cave. And in this cave, this guy comes out. He's all blood splattered, and you ask him questions, and he answers those questions.
You say, "What are you doing here? Why are you covered in blood?"
And what was that screaming or moaning noise?
I heard moans. What have you done?
Yeah. And you'll get some answers, and sometimes they're just like completely off the wall. And then you go a little deeper into the cave, and you see, I guess we can spoil this because you can't play the game anymore.
Yeah.
You see like a skeleton child that's dead and a woman hovering over her, and you get blood splattered on you during whatever happens. And then as you leave the cave, you see someone who looks just like the guy that came out, except he's not blood splattered. And he asks you, "Why do you have blood on your overalls? Why do you have a knife? I heard moans. What have you done?" And you're prompted to type out the answers. So what happened was that these answers got stored in a database, and the next person that came through would see those answers. So basically what the story is about is how this the guy who created this, Chris Johnson, he created 2 games. It was Moira, and then there's this other game called Expand, which I may actually go out and check out because apparently it's actually fairly well reviewed. And he expected Expand to be the one that did well, but Moira was the one that did way better.
And it was, I mean, it's free. It was just like a kind of a little experimental game.
So back in August of 2016, he found out that somebody exploited a hole in his, a security hole in his database where they could just pretty much spam his system, and his system wasn't made to be able to handle as many requests as were coming in.
Right.
So shut it down.
So he just shut it down. I mean, it was a free game. He's not making any money from it.
Right.
And somebody came along and just pretty much ruined it.
So
it's kind of like getting your @everyone privileges taken away in a Discord server.
Kind of like that.
It's a lot like that, actually.
But yeah, I mean, I remember that game, and that game was, I mean, it's something you play one time and you will remember it because.
But it's so clever.
Yeah, because it's so clever.
You can't even search for it on Steam anymore. It's just gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So, but yeah, I mean,
it was kind of weird and sad that this all happened to him.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well,
and it's kind of funny because the hacker basically said, "Yeah, I'm just doing this for attention." And that's it.
Yeah, did it for the
dick.
dick. Yeah. All right.
Violating the Will Wheaton rule. What the fuck?
That'll do it for my troll news. Now, of course, we can't move on without Mr. Ron Cleese.
Yeah.
Well, esports news.
Yeah, so we already mentioned that it's going to be 100 Thieves and Team Liquid in the finals. We did have the 3rd place game happen today. Let me see what happened there because I actually did not watch it. Playoffs, and it was Echo Fox getting the 3rd place victory over Clutch Gaming. So congrats to them. And then Stage 3 just beginning over in Overwatch League. Not a whole lot to report there.
That's it?
Who was it that returned? Who was it that started playing again? What's her name? She's not paying attention to me. What's the Zarya player's name on Shanghai? What? Giguri. Oh, Giguri. Giguri is playing.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Nothing terribly amazing right now, but she's not doing terrible either. But Shanghai's just bad.
I did happen to be able to watch the Los Angeles versus Dallas game, which I have to say I actually feel bad for Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas is also really bad.
Because they just got trounced in, what was it, a 3-0 complete sweep. It was just ugly. So my sympathies to Dallas, at least. Yep. It looked like they really tried, and it just wasn't working. So anyway, is that it?
That's it.
That's it. All right.
Since we mentioned Matt, I will give one little tiny piece of news that I noticed he talked about. and we don't need to go deep into it, but he announced that so they're making a sci-fi mud called Starmorn right now. And it's actually really cool. They're doing some like 3D movement using text-based ASCII kind of stuff. But one of the things that they just announced is that they're going to have a, and I don't know if it's for a specific race or if it's for everyone, but your character can be non-binary gender. So we talked last week about like how elves in D&D or whatever can switch their gender, but it's just like they're going to have a gender in the game that is non-binary, and it just uses like it or them or whatever in the game to refer without having to use gendered pronouns, which I think is kind of cool. So people can play it either because that's how they identify in real life, or a person can just do it as a role-playing thing where they're a non-gendered space alien creature thing.
Gotta be hard to write for, though, you know, in non-specific pronouns.
No, well, I mean, the way you do it is you just have it set. So like you have the game code say, because what you do right now is in the program, and I assume they're probably using all the same Rapture engine, but the code base, you say like,
God, that engine sucked.
It probably did. Like anytime you wanted the engine to reference them as a pronoun, you'd use like $he, $his. So when you have that, it would automatically pull from the database this character's gender and the correct pronoun. So, you know, it would say it or them or they or whatever as appropriate.
Huh. Very interesting.
So I thought that was kind of cool that they just made that an option. And, you know, anybody who wants to role play is not have to deal with, it's a girl, but that means it's a guy in real life. Or, it's just some schmuck in his mom's basement, or, you know, whatever kind of stereotype some person might assume about them. You can avoid that by just being, well, I guess you end up with other stereotypes about that, but
the fat sweaty nerd in your mom's basement.
Yeah.
Right.
So, both.
All right. Well, let's move on to my favorite half of the show. You guys know it. I love it, of course. Mr. Runkley, what is this?
Boom, the playlist.
Yes. Ron, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing Sublevel Zero a little bit.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
Well, one, because Cali Fest is right around the corner, or CaliFon rather, is right around the corner. In fact, it's going to be next week. I will be running Sublevel Zero at CaliFon Friday morning, approximately 4 a.m., give or take. I need to write up some info on that. And the other time I'm going to be running it.
Drum roll, please.
How about last week of June in Bloomington, Minnesota for Summer Games Done Quick 2018, bitch.
Yes! Runkley got
in! Fucking time. It's like the fourth or fifth time I've submitted. I'm really happy about this. I mean, I was really excited when I saw it. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Then I figured this was my best chance to get in. It's running a couple of online marathons. It's going to be in CaliFon. So it was a good shot. And it was kind of funny because I was running the gamut of emotions that night too, because I immediately saw that mine got in, and then I checked to see all my other friends that tried to submit things like for Necrodancer, for Descent. No one else made it in.
Oh,
well, now your name's going to be known, and you'll have a better chance of getting in on other stuff for other years.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Ron, I have to say, I am absolutely thrilled for you. I really am. Like, I even went to work, and there's a couple gamers that I work with, and I'm like, hey, do you know the game's done quick? Go, oh yeah, I usually try to watch it once a year. I said, yeah, my good buddy's actually getting to run finally. Yep. So I'm hyping you up. It's awesome.
Great. I'm really happy. I'm expecting it to also be like a 4 a.m. run, but I don't care. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
No, yeah, I mean,
this isn't CaliFon. This is worldwide. There's going to be people around the world watching this, and especially there's a very large 6 Degree of Freedom contingent in Europe. Especially like Germany and Austria, that area. A lot of people in that area play 6 Degree.
So even if you do get the 2 a.m., that's perfect timing for them.
Anyway, So it's not a bad thing. So Sublevel Zero Redux, playing it. Actually, been experimenting with some new builds as well because someone else started running this. There is now somebody within 20 minutes of my time, which
Ooh,
hasn't happened
20
for like a
minutes.
year. Yeah. By the way, my time is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's still a ways
Jeez.
off, but someone's actually making an attempt at getting better. So,
So you gonna shave
I
when
love
you
it.
go in?
I love it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, not
Yeah.
completely, but enough. I won't be scraggly like this. In fact, I won't even be like this next week. So there you go.
There you go.
Also been playing a little bit of Nuclear Throne. That game frustrates me so much because I don't know. I just don't get it as a twin stick. It's like other twin stick games I got no problem with. This one, I suck. So
It's basically that's like Gungeon, but with worse graphics.
Yeah, it's intentionally 8-bit graphics. It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch people play this, especially people that loop many times. They're really good at it. So so there's that. Played just a little bit of Death State, did a couple runs of that. And then Creeper World 3 still marching on towards the achievements, 125 out of 139. I also want to talk about Descent because I've speedrun that now. And I got my first sub-hour time, which is, I mean, it's okay. As everyone is sub-hour, but it was pretty big for me because I'd never gotten sub-hour before. So, yeah, 55 minutes and change. It was scary because I got down to my last life on the last level. And you're not supposed to. So it was a little scary. And then the last thing, Dan, fuck you and your entire team.
My whole team.
Dark XM event, Resistance wins 75-55.
I stopped playing Ingress a long time ago because there are no portals here.
I am proud that the Bay Area Enlightened did a very good job of holding back the Resistance here, despite the fact that everyone else around the world essentially gave up. If you look at the score, so yeah, sucks. But we'll get them at the anomalies.
It's just like when Ron Cleed led the CTFs.
The what?
When Ron Cleed led the Shalom CTF.
What about? I don't even remember that.
No, well, it happened.
It happened.
That was a thing.
That was like 15 years ago. I don't remember.
It was like 10 years ago. No, you're right. It was like 15 years ago.
Oh, I've picked up Tetris Blitz again, by the way. The EA game. For some reason, it's like quick enough that I can like play it on BART and stuff like that. And I've been trying to make some progress in the game too. I've gained like 150 rank points. So there's that.
Yeah. All right. So Penth, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Would you like to go, or do you want to sit through my rage?
I'll go first, and then I'll sit back with you and listen to your rage.
Boil.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
So I finished season 13 in Diablo. I got whatever the Conquer, Guardian, whatever the last chapter of the season journey is. I almost got a 90 rift, not quite. I got a shitty boss at the end of it, so. I might try to play a little bit more. I haven't optimized almost anything. I could probably optimize more of my gear. I could get more ancients. I could use gems to upgrade them as well. So I might do that a little bit. I play some Overwatch to do some ranked matches. I've lost all but one of them.
Pretty much sums up how.
Just constantly get teams that refuse to group up. It's like just everyone who has never played ranked before, and they just throw themselves at the other team without waiting to group up.
Hey, this is bots, right?
Yeah, it's really bad. Oh, by the way, I played a little bit of Heroes of the Storm. If you have Twitch Prime, go to Twitch Prime, set up your account. There's a free legendary chest. I bought Dahaka, and then I opened that legendary chest and I got Dahaka.
Motherfucker.
Because reasons.
Because I think they do that just to taunt you, be like, yeah, that sucks.
Secretly, everyone at Blizzard is laughing at Penn.
I re-rolled it and got
everyone on this gaming podcast is laughing at Penn.
Yeah, I re-rolled it and got some cool skins, so whatever. I played some Witcher 3, still just kind of slowly working my way through the DLC and doing like every side quest ever. I downloaded, I think it's called Legends or something, some mobile game. It's like I was playing it for a little bit. I realized it's just another match 3 card collection daily check-in bullshit thing that every one of those games is, and I just deleted it before I ended up wasting time on it.
I don't know. The one that me and Veg played was kind of fun.
That Spirit Stones
one? Played it too. Yeah, Spirit Stones.
Yeah, that was fun for a while. That
was kind of fun. I actually enjoyed that one.
I played that one a little bit longer, but like other ones are even better than that one. But it's just all the same exact. I think Spirit Stones gave you rewards a little bit more often, so it was a little more fun to play. I don't know. Still playing a little bit of that, the House of Da Vinci, which is like The Room. So that's pretty fun. And also the NDA dropped I don't think we talked about this last week, Ron. I don't know if you actually played it or if you were just asking me about it, but Magic the Gathering Arena. I was in the beta, am in the beta for that. And it is just like Hearthstone, except it's Magic. The graphics.
They don't have all the cards.
What?
I noticed that they don't have some of the cards. Like I was trying to actually make some decks from some of the cards because we got a whole bunch of wild cards in the beta for a while.
Yeah.
And I'd go through and I'd be looking at the cards that you can make from them and realize that some of them were missing.
From the current expansion, you mean?
Maybe it's current expansion. I don't know. But I never really got a good deck going.
What do you mean some were missing though?
Like some of the cards were missing. Like some of the like you go online, you search for a deck, and I was going to try to build that deck in the game, and they'd be missing.
Right. So it may have not been from the current expansions that are in the program.
Exactly.
So like if you were looking for like modern decks or whatever, like I don't know if all the cards from modern are currently in it.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if they're going to catch that up.
They probably will at some point. So I would play a little bit of that. I won a few games, lost a few games, but just the aesthetics of it are very, very much like Hearthstone. Just the look of the cards, the just look of the arena that you play in. It's still fun. I mean, if you like Magic, it's better than Magic the Gathering Online, which just is they have never done good work on that. I'm sorry, but like I'm sure the people who work on it work real hard,
right?
And I don't want to like shit on them, but like the original program when it released in whatever year it was, they need to like do a complete rewrite from the bottom up, and that's kind of what this is.
Essentially,
yeah, because MGTO is almost it's not much better than Cockatrice or NetMage or whatever. There's a bunch of other like free programs where you can play Magic that they don't handle the rules for you, so you have to know all the rules. But like if you play with paper Magic cards, like you know the rules. It's convenient when the game counts the damage for you and stuff, but you know, X-Mage, that's one of the other ones. Anyway, so I played that, and I think that's about it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look to see if there's anything else that I was playing. No,
Rage.
I don't think so. Now, show. Give me your rage.
Okay.
I want this rage.
All right. Let's talk about Rare. I like the company. They put out some brilliant games. Absolutely brilliant. I
see pro-am bitches.
Yeah, I used to be able to say they have yet to make a bad game. Until now. So, I have had a pre-order for a very long time of a little anticipated game called
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? You had what kind of order?
Pre-order. I know. It's I've had it for a long time. I've had it for a very long time. I know. Well, yet again, the pre-order bug has proven true, and this was a bad buy. So
yeah. Again?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Oh, I've actually seen people play this.
Yeah, a lot of people. I know. But okay. So Sea of Thieves. First of all, I should have done my homework. It is multiplayer only, so you're always online. That should have been my first red flag. But I get the game downloaded onto my Xbox, right? And this is one of the cool ones where you can do this on Xbox and PC, right? It's that dual thing. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get it downloaded on my Xbox. I'm like, this is going to be an awesome game. Who doesn't like to play as fucking pirates, right? So, all right, let's choose my character. I get my character. I get them all set up. Okay, I'm going to kind of do this sort of style, I think. I still don't know what's going on. Spawn into the world. Oh, hey, there's another guy over there. Why am I dead? Okay.
Because you went over to near where the other guy was and he killed you.
Maybe something happened, right?
It's a pirate game show.
Maybe that guy was a dick, right? So, all right, let's spawn back in and I'm dead again. Fucking trolls have already beset this game so heavy that they are literally camping spawn points. At which point this pops into my head. My controller goes about 5 feet across the room into the wall. So I'm down.
I was going to say, why only 5 feet? But then you said into the wall. Okay, the wall's right there.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I'm not in a very big room. So I am now short another Xbox controller. Thank you, Sea of Thieves.
No, but called it.
So
hey, can I just say that I'm sorry. I'm never mind. Go on, and I'll tell you.
It's just yeah.
Well, before he goes on, this one's for you, Show.
The face palm.
Fucking Christ, Show son! Why do you throw controllers?
It's so infuriating. It pissed me off to no end. Why? Who the fuck is that kind of a dick that you're gonna sit there and spawn camp a motherfucker who literally, this is like the day of launch. I've never played this fucking game before, but you know what? You were playing it for like an hour ahead of me. You've got your shit, so you're just gonna sit there anyway. So,
did you not play PvP in World of Warcraft?
No.
Okay, they spawn camp you all the time in PvP.
Yeah,
all the time.
Well, I did, and I rage quit and deleted that character, and I never went back to it. But those were the early vanilla days of WoW. So, anyway, uninstalled. I said, you know what? Maybe PC players are a bit cooler, right? No, PC players are exactly the same fucking players on Xbox. So, uninstalled. Tried to get my money back. It's been too long. So, I'm screwed. I'm out $60. So fuck you, Sea of Thieves.
That's a pirate to me.
So fuck. Nice. Yeah, see, I get no love from chat either. So there was that. Now, let's move on to rage moment number 2.
Oh god, there's more than one.
Yes.
It's the Shosan Rage Hour.
Playing the shit out of Far Cry, right? I love this game. I've been playing it since it launched. I love the Far Cry games. And me and Obadiah were playing this game. No, this isn't a keyboard impact, Obadiah, don't worry. So we're playing this game. We're playing it co-op. We get all the way through, get to the end, and they basically pull the same shit that they pulled in Mass Effect. It's this kind of half thrown together bullshit ending that it doesn't resolve anything. It just game over. Now go do whatever you want to do.
Game over, man. Game over.
I'm so pissed off at this ending. Like, I wasn't at the time that we had finished it. It was after I had gone to bed, and I thought about it the next day, and it kept stewing in my head. And now I'm just absolutely pissed off. This is a bullshit ending. It's so fucking frustrating. At least put together a somewhat resolved storyline instead of just leaving it out there. And minor spoilers, they even pulled a card from Call of Duty into this game. Like one of those major events that are supposed to happen in the game was taken directly out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Come on, guys, have some fucking originality. That's it pisses me off. But that was my rage for the moment.
It was a lot of rage.
Yeah, I'm still playing Far Cry. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually playing it again this time because, well, here's another thing that pisses me off about Far Cry. Whoever is the host of co-op is the one who gets to keep any completion or quest progression. So if you join me in Far Cry and I'm hosting, everything that we do, you don't get any credit for it. The only thing you get to keep is any money or talent points that you save up. Everything else just goes to the host. Well, Obadiah was the host of our first playthrough. So now I'm playing through again, but at least I know what to expect this time. Other than that, Penth, I was playing a game you might be interested in, and this is one you had brought up earlier, called Kern: Undying Thoughts.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got it on my wish list. I haven't actually bought it yet.
It's amazing. It is a Myst Riven kind of clone. Mm-hmm. But man, they did a really good job. Right away, the story kind of grabs you in. The world is just beautifully done. The puzzles are really kind of challenging. It does pull that card from Myst where it doesn't really hold your hand. You need to go out and explore and find those hints and read the books and, try to put these puzzles together. It's really, really good. I've only just gotten off the first island, if you will. It's all broken down into several islands. I don't know exactly how many. But I just got off the first island, and that took me about a week. So it's a good game. It's really engaging. The controls are really nice. Recommend it. Definitely thumbs up. So that was my woosah moment. And honestly, that's been all I've been playing. So shall we move on?
Before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to Spoody Biscuit, who won the Necrodancer World Cup 2 today.
Ooh, good for him.
Nice.
And there's a racer known as Fraxtal who made the finals with him. He got 3-0'd, but he had an incredible run to get there. He went through some very difficult opponents, including Mantix and Stake. So it was fun. Pretty good event today over at Elad Difficult's channel.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, you guys. Let's move on to my favorite half of the show. I've been waiting all night for this.
This is the third half.
And in case you guys can't tell, I'm just absolutely excited for this. It's the Six Gaming Roundtable.
Hi.
Dramatic enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So what this is the best half of the show. This is where we, the Six Gaming Podcasters, bring to you guys, our awesome and illustrious chat, as well as our fellow co-hosts, the chance to bring up a question, a discussion, if you will, an argument, wherever this may lead. And I expect a fucking answer from you people, because that's the kind of show this is.
That's the kind of asshole that Chosan is.
Absolutely, man. I am that guy. I am in no mood for your shit.
He is such an asshole, he doesn't know what the question is.
I don't have a clue. In fact, I am such an asshole that the person who's going to be bringing us this question has no idea they're going to be bringing us this question tonight.
Fuck, I don't have a question.
Mr. Runkley.
I don't have a question.
What's our Six Gaming Roundtable?
I don't know.
Come on.
What should the next Six Gaming Roundtable be?
Yes! That's the question!
But
suddenly I feel like Blue's Clues.
But if I give an answer, then that'll be the. But what if my answer is what is the next Six Gaming Roundtable should be?
That would be really weird. That would be meta.
Inception much?
Question.
Okay. That's enough of this. All right, so
even this acronym is even this acronym, right?
No.
I'm gonna use this moment in time to say, if you at home have a question that you'd like to see us discuss on the Six Gaming Roundtable, send an email to ronkly@ronkly.com.
There you go. Perfect. So I do actually have one for you guys. And this has been kind of stewing around in my head trying to figure out how to ask it, but let's talk a bit about Easter eggs.
Ronkly. Oh, sorry, Shosan. 1,000 times, yes.
Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Let's talk a bit about Easter eggs, shall we? There are several games out there that don't have Easter eggs in them or haven't been found. So if there was a particular game that you guys want to see something interesting, clever, funny, whatever, what would that game be?
I mean, I'm thinking back to the games where I found Easter eggs, and one of the only ones I think I ever found legitimately that I was like, holy shit, was I found Sam & Max in Jedi Knight.
Oh, yep.
You like pressed a button and you heard a door open, but it was like far away. And so like I spent a very long time pressing that button and then using force speed and sprinting around the level trying to figure out what happened. Finally, I saw the door that like was just closing as I got to it. So I like figured out how I could get there, and just like Sam & Max hanging out in there from LucasArts.
That's awesome.
And they don't talk. There's nothing about it other than them being in there.
Yeah, it's just it's an Easter egg.
But yeah, so that I think that was cool. There really haven't been any other ones that I found or have wished that I found.
See, but that does remind me though, LucasArts is very fond of doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's a Sam & Max Easter egg in Monkey Island 2. Where you walk into a costume shop and up on the wall is a Sam & Max costume, which is pretty funny.
You know what? I guess I didn't find any of these legitimately, but the old Microsoft Office stuff used to have Easter eggs in them.
Really?
Like if you in let's see, Excel 97 maybe. If you went to a certain cell, type something in, and then hit like Control Enter or whatever it was, you could play Spy Hunter.
Nice.
Really?
And I think the next version you could play like a little flight simulator game. There were like 3 or 4 different games you could play, and then they took them out because people were screwing around with them at work.
I don't blame them.
So my thought on this is, you guys remember Yars' Revenge?
Yes.
There was a trick that you could do where if you killed the swirl, and you know when you kill the swirl, it did this big thing, and there was this line that was drawn down the center of where the swirl died. And if you were in the lower third of the screen and on top of that line, the game would soft lock and show the developer's initials in place of the score. This is kind of a really neat Easter egg. It's hinted at in the manual, but it doesn't actually tell you what to do. And this was on the Atari 2600 before credits were a thing. And I'm thinking, it's a nice Easter egg to get some credits out there, even though it's like just the guy's initials. Why not make the credits an Easter egg?
All the credits.
Yeah, make the credits an Easter egg. Like, it doesn't have to be difficult to get, but right now you see credits if you click on a credits button or if you finish the game.
Yeah.
Why not make it an Easter egg?
That'd be kind of cool.
I do like games that make Easter eggs out of the credits.
Oh yeah,
World 3 does that.
Mario
Wii. Another one. Mario Wii. Tetris Grandmaster Series does that. Things like that. So I would like to see. I mean, I don't know if there's like a specific game I'd like to see Easter eggs in, but there's a lot of ways to do it, especially with the credits.
Priscilla, what you said your favorite was in the NBA Jam Arcade. Was there credit? You're talking about credits, or was it just the different characters you could play with, or big head mode, or any of those kind of like cheat codes, but they weren't really cheat codes?
Wait,
there's like secret there's secret characters in there.
Wasn't NBA
you could play Bill Clinton?
Yeah, or George Clinton.
No.
Oh, you could play Battle Tank game. I did not know that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I had no idea.
That is. I would say I would play.
Oh my god, are you serious? On the PlayStation 3, you could play Sarah Palin.
No,
I am not kidding you.
NBA Jam.
Yes. 2010.
Okay, I mean, it was the thing to use political characters.
I don't know. Prince Charles is one. It's
Big head mode.
Hillary Clinton's in there.
Play Orlando Magic in big head mode with George Clinton.
Will Smith is a Fresh Prince.
We want the funk.
That's just
gotta have that funk.
Reptile, Sub-Zero, and whoever that guy with the Raiden.
Oh, I just thought of an Easter egg that was Riven. Since we were talking about Quern, so Riven came out in 98, maybe 97, kind of the early time of the internet. And they had a thing on their website that it was not exactly an ARG, but they gave hints about this Easter egg that was in the game. And it was this series of, I think you had to do 5 different things. And they were super obscure. You would never, ever, ever have found this just playing the game. But like there was an area where you had to click on a certain pixel. There were like 5 pixels you had to click on that were like a slightly different color than the rest of the texture in the area around it. And once you've done that, you could find, there was one area where it said Rawa, which is Richard Watson, who was one of the programmers.
Yep.
There was like some programmers, they put like their kids' faces in the textures on one of the rock walls that you couldn't normally see, but after they changed it, like if you changed the contrast on your screen, you could see them. And then the best one was you could click on a specific place and you would get taken to a screen of Gen, who is the antagonist of the game, singing opera. So like, I guess the guy who played Gen was classically trained in opera. And he between takes for the actual game was just singing, and they had the camera rolling, so you could see that footage.
That's pretty cool, though. Yeah,
so that was just a kind of cool little thing that, like, you would never have found it without those hints online. It was kind of during the early internet. It was like you search for the hints online.
Yeah, I'll need to look that up. I don't think I've seen that. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that game. Yeah, well, I'm a fan of Easter eggs. The big ones are like your Halo stuff, like finding the little skulls. Still, my favorite was what do they call it? The grunt party mode. If you picked up a certain skull, all the headshots, as soon as you hit the grunts in the head, their head would explode of confetti, and you'd hear them all go, "Yay!"
Nice.
That was, little things like that were a lot of fun. But no, the one that I kind of want to see more Easter eggs, and you never get to see them, are in fighting games. I want to see some like Killer Instinct sort of
more babality, friendship.
Yeah, little funny things that you wouldn't normally come across, I guess. But anyway,
I remember those. Yeah. I remember one guy that
that was Mortal Kombat, but
really liked to figure those out and do those whenever he had a chance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at the game.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just terrible at fighting games. But anyway. All right. So what do you gentlemen say that we go ahead and wrap things up for the night?
Sounds good. I'm hungry. I'm going to get some food.
Let's wrap it up.
You wrap it up.
You wrap it up.
You wrap it up.
Fine, I'll wrap it up. All right, you guys. So thank you so very much. I was going to try to bust into a rap, but I'm way, way too bad at that. There's not a chance.
Spaghetti.
Hey, speaking of people that like pizza.
Oh, is he here? God.
Yeah, he's here.
Damn it. He is here.
He's here. About an hour late, but
Yeah, you kind of missed everything. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you so very much for joining us on episode 158, excuse me, of the Six Gaming Podcast.
157.
We are 157.
Yeah, we're 157.
my notes.
You're looking at Discord, and I've already updated it.
Way to be proactive. So yes, 157. Now, you guys could, of course, join us in the future for episode 158 right here at twitch.tv/6gaminggg.
I may not be here next week, but
we'll figure it out. That's not a problem. But of course, we will still be entertaining even without Mr. Roncliffe. So, yeah, thank you guys so very much for joining us. Now, I am, of course, your host, as always, Shosan.
Of course.
But I would be remiss if I didn't let my awesome and illustrious co-host say goodnight. So, Mr. Pentherian, please, sir, say goodnight.
One of these days, you're going to get remissed. So you should follow me on Twitch at Pentherian. And you should also check out my YouTube channel's Primal Meal Plan. So I posted a new video.
Last week's episode was good.
Yeah, I posted a new video about how to cook when you have shitty focus, whether it's from ADHD or from any other reason why you have shitty focus, like
kids,
people bothering you. And so it was interesting. Somebody pointed out that somebody was my wife. She goes, "Your voice is really not exciting." She's like, I kind of felt like I was going to fall asleep while I was watching it. It's like, so you're saying I have a calming voice? She's like, I guess you could say that, but it was not like exciting. So I said, I was thinking to myself, well, you know, people have said I'm like the Bob. Oh, thank you to Oba. Oba just already subscribed.
There you go.
He was really fast. People have said that I'm like the Bob Ross of whatever the fuck it was that I was talking about. This one's for you, Soli. And so I thought, well, I don't know if we talked about it on the channel, but there's this thing called ASMR. It's where people listen to videos of people like whispering into the microphone. It's kind of weird if you don't have it, but if you have it, it's like this weird, just nice tingly feeling in your head, and it helps a lot of people relax. So I was like, okay, if people think I have a relaxing voice. So I took my video, I cut out the front end where it was just me talking in front of the camera giving tips, and then I took the music out of the second part, and it was just me talking in my voice over the video of me cooking. And it got twice as many views as my regular published video of me doing. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing ASMR videos now.
Wow.
So now when I film my videos, I'll probably do two versions. I created a second channel. So I'm going to do the regular version, which is going to have like music and tips and kind of be fast. And then I'm going to take all my raw footage, like half an hour footage, and just sit there and fucking narrate for half an hour of what I'm doing in a nice, calming, relaxing voice. We don't make accidents. We just have happy mistakes, or the other way around. But I'll say it so I don't get sued by Bob Ross's estate. I'll be like, look at that. We added too much salt to our broth. You know what? It's a sports drink now.
Oh, God.
It has electrolytes, which the body craves.
What?
So yeah, so that's what I learned this week, is that apparently my voice is soft and relaxing and not interesting for thanks Show for your face palm. Not interesting.
But it's got
for
what
cooking.
Plants crave.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I can't.
You've broken Shosan. Well done. Now he knows how his controller feels.
Oh, I love that movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Anyway, so
Oba says now it's getting weird. Where's that unsubscribe button?
so that was my slightly odd week that I learned, because I was just like, you know, I've heard about this thing, so I'll try posting it to those people, and it was like instant 300 views, and I was like, all right,
give the people what they want.
Whatever it is that you can get. A woman, and I think I mentioned this last week or 2 weeks ago, but the woman who has like a gazillion subscribers did put me in the comments of her new video, and I got a little bit of a boost, but she didn't actually mention my channel, so it wasn't as good as it might have been, but it was better than nothing, so I appreciate that. So, and I mentioned her earlier, that's the How to ADHD. So whatever. That's my goodbye for the night. We are almost on time.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Pretty good.
It's veggies.
So,
Dan put us over.
Shitty. I know. I'm sorry.
Just a little. Mr. Roncliffe, say goodnight.
Do your taxes.
We will be we will be hosting Calithon on and off throughout the week. But if you want to go see it for yourself and don't want it to be switching between other channels, there's the link, twitch.tv/Calithon. Will be on starting Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, runs through Sunday, just before midnight.
Fantastic. And do not forget that you can catch Mr. Runkley here at the end of June.
SGDQ, bitches.
Yes. Yeah, very cool.
So psyched for this.
I would be too. That's amazing. All right, you guys.
Famous.
Well, thank you again so very much for joining us this week. I am, of course, your host, Shosan, and I really appreciate having you guys, as I do every single week. So do please check us out on our website at 6.gg, where you can check out all of the links to previous shows, as well as how to catch us on future shows. You guys know the whole routine. So thank you once again. And Mr. Runkley, would you please, sir, take it away?
See you, bye.